the Democrats are beginning to realize that they have swung too far to the left. Barack Obama, of all people, is telling Democrats that they've swung too far to the left. Politico had an article yesterday in which Barack Obama's aides were quoted as saying that Obama might have stepped in the middle of this presidential race to stop Bernie Sanders if he thought Sanders was going to be the nominee. According to Ryan Liz's report over at Politico, back when Sanders seemed like more of a threat than he does now, Obama said privately that if Bernie were running away with the nomination, Obama would speak up to stop him. One advisor told Liza he can't confirm that. He hasn't said that directly to me, said the advisor. The only reason I'm hesitating at all is because, if Bernie were running away with it, I think maybe we'd all have to say something, but I don't think that's likely. It's not happening. So the Democrats beginning to realize that the full-scale embrace of Medicare for all, democratic socialism is not going to be a successful strategy. This is particularly true in the swing states. Really interesting article by Nate Cohen and Claire Miller over at the New York Times today called "They Voted Democrat, Now They Support Trump," talking about how in 2018, a bunch of people who had supported Trump in 2016 voted for the Democrats, and now they're swinging back to Trump for 2020. According to the New York Times, success in the midterms might not mean as much for Democratic presidential candidates as the party might think. Nearly 2/3 of voters in 6 battleground states who voted for Trump in 2016, but for Democratic congressional candidates in 2018, say they intend to back the president against each of his top rivals, according to recent polling by the New York Times Upshot Siena College. The results suggest the party's winning formula in last year's midterm elections may not be so easy to replicate in a presidential election. The Democrats' relatively moderate House candidates succeeded in large part by flipping a crucial segment of voters who backed the president in 2016. If those voters remain open-minded again in 2020, Democrats will have a ready-made blueprint for winning back the crucial Rust Belt battlegrounds. The group is only a sliver of the electorate, 2% of registered voters, not representative of all voters. They're overwhelmingly white, 60% are male, 2/3 have no college degree. But the president's strength among them helps explain why he is highly competitive in states that Democrats carried just 1 year ago. Many of the voters who said they voted Democrat but now intended to vote for Trump offered explanations that reflect long-standing theories about why the party out of power tends to excel in midterms. So, for example, some of these Democrats, people who voted Democrat in 2018, suggested that congressional Democrats had pledged to bring jobs back. Some of them had sought to balance out Trump by electing, they were splitting the ticket. They're voting Democrat for Congress, but Republican for the presidency. And it turns out that a lot of these people just believe that the Democrats have lost touch with the generic swing state voter. Some voters say they are preparing to take the leap to vote for Trump after supporting both Democratic congressional candidates in 2018 and Hillary Clinton in 2016. In the survey from the New York Times, 7% of people who supported Clinton in 2016 said they now approved of the president's performance despite his personality and his Twitter account. According to Julie Anna California, 57, a nurse from Coral Springs, Florida, she said, in 2016, I hated both candidates. I went with Hillary because Trump had no history as a politician. She said, he's not exactly the person I'd have as my best friend of Trump, but he's a great president. Most politicians just talk about doing things, but Trump actually does things. People on the Democratic side also like Trump's talk about the unions and trade. So, in other words, Trump is running pretty durable in the swing states that he actually needs to win, which is pretty fascinating. One of the reasons why you're seeing Democrats embracing at an electoral level Biden and Buttigieg, right? Biden and Buttigieg, the support level for those two candidates is far greater than the support level for Warren and Sanders in the latest polling data, which means that the left wing of the party is actually losing again. And there's a reason for that, because the fact is Democrats understand that if Trump runs against the radical left of the party, he's likely to win. Facts don't care about your feelings, and it's a fact that The Ben Shapiro Show is the largest conservative podcast in the nation. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all of our content.